Listen to the podcast your fantasy will feast. Talking sports with Maurice. Covering the league from the west to the east.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to Talking Sports and More with Maurice. And damn it, I'm Maurice. Just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope Santa brought everyone what they wanted. So let's go ahead and dive in. There's definitely was a delay to my top 5 NFL games of the week. Did a little traveling yesterday morning, made up the Big Bear Valley, spending Christmas out here, and it's what I would consider a beautiful scenery. Now, let's go ahead and dive into, let's start back on last Thursday. The Jaguars, who are fighting, scratching, clawing to win the AFC South. And damn it, they just might do it. And the Jets, man, their playoffs on IR. Might want to pull the plug as they lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars at home 19-3. At this point in time, you look at Zach Wilson, they got to move on. They got a solid defense, nice running game. They could have the offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. They just don't have it at quarterback. Zach Wilson, with all the athleticism, the 360 dunks and all that shit, it's not helping them. Let's move on to some Christmas Eve's games here. Like I said, I didn't bring it to you guys because I was traveling. I almost started doing the top 5 in the car. Almost. Between Bakersfield and Tehachapi. I said, you know what? I'm going to be patient. I'm going to do what it do. Then I'll bring it to you. Giants, Vikings, playoff implications on the lines for the Giants. They came up short 24-27. Vikings kicked a 60-yard field goal to walk off. Was it impressive? Yes, but the thing about the Giants, I said I don't believe in them. You see why? They've been slipping. They might just slip the ass right out of the playoffs. Texans, Titans, and speaking of the ass slipping out the playoffs, the Titans are, the hell's going on? What the hell? You know, Derrick Henry, he put in work, rushed for over 100. He had 126 yards on the ground, but with the quarterback in question, I think the Jags are going to come and catch him. Tennessee Titans fall to the Texans. The Houston Texans, they get their second win of the season. That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, the Commanders, they took their talents to Levi Stadium, looking to keep their playoffs hopes alive as well after losing to the Giants last week. They started off swell. They scored more points than I anticipated. But however, the 49ers defense looked unstoppable. They took care of the Commanders on 2 4th and 1. The Commanders was inside the goal line, 4th and 1 twice, and came away with nada. An impressive victory by the 49ers, 37-20 over the Commanders. And now let's get to the game of the day. Fly, Eagles, fly. They had a chance not only clinch the division, but wrap up the number 1 seed over their division foes, the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Eagles, they did not have Jalen Hurts, but they was clicking on all cylinders with Gardner Minshew. But it was turnover city yesterday. This was an eventful game. As I'm sitting here right now with a Cowboy fan, T-Nell in the building. What's your takes from the Eagles-Cowboys game as you guys had another impressive victory?
Let's go! That's what they want from us. Star, you see it. We in the building. Fly your eagle ass home. We'll see y'all again. It's either going to be y'all or these boys here, and it's going to be a lot of prepping. You know how the Cowboys is. If you're a real Cowboy fan, you know how we do in important games. If you're fake, you think it's the season. We don't want to hear from you. We want real logistics. And we coming. Period. We coming. Defense, thank you. Offense, Dak, we got some talking to do.
Dallas went on winning. They put a 40 burger over the Philadelphia Eagles, winning 40-34. In the Sunday evening game, we had the Raiders versus the Steelers. And I tell you what, this game was back and forth, not a whole lot of scoring in it. The Raiders came up short, 10-13. Both of these teams have no really, well, I guess the Steelers are alive. But at the end of the day, we got to start pulling the plug on some of these teams here. And my game of the week here that I had was the Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers. What? The Lions what? Panthers what? Playoff implications. These two teams are alive. Now, I said I didn't want a bunch of 5-win teams. Now we got a bunch of 6-win teams in the NFC South. Carolina, they took care of business over the Lions, 37-23. Uh-oh. So that means the Buccaneers are in a must-win situation on Christmas. Will Santa bring Tom Brady a dub? Stay tuned for that. The Seahawks, they fall to the Chiefs, 24-10. Like I said, we got to start eliminating some of these teams, but the Seahawks are still alive. Saints, oh boy. Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? They went into the dog pound, understand me, and took care of business. I picked the Browns in this game, but the Saints prevail 17-10, keeping their playoff hopes alive. And the way they're going to do that, they could win the NFC South. It's still up for grabs. What the hell? Broncos, Rams, we're not even going to get into that today. Take those two teams, crumb up, and throw them over the cliff somewhere. Bucks Cards, I got the Bucks tonight. Come on, I want to make sure this is a happy Christmas for the household. Buccaneers, you know, they're on the road. I believe in Tom Brady until
Tom Brady don't believe in Tom Brady.
They got to do something. They definitely got to do something. Chargers, they're keeping their playoff hopes alive. I think they can beat the Colts tonight. Let's see what happens. Bengals, Pats, they played yesterday. Who they? I mean, I got to go on social media. They can't be who they and who that.
Who that?
Who they and who that? What the hell's going on? Now, the Patriots, you know, I brought up Zach Wilson. He's not the answer for the Jets. And it looked like Mac Jones, he may not be the answer for the Patriots. They were screaming, hollering, Zach, was it Zach Bailey? What's his name? Bailey Zappi?
Zach Bailey Zappi.
That's who the crowd was cheering for. So
Don't even really know. I gotta look him up.
hey, he came in. He was cool with it.
Came in.
It was cool
he
with
knew
it.
the assignment, and he took care. He took care of the assignment to the best of his ability.
Pats fall 22-18 to the Bengals. Bengals are one of the hottest teams right now. Look out for them. They can make some noise in the playoffs. Playoffs? Damn right. Playoffs. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I will be bringing you the updated playoff scenarios, predictions, who's in and who's falling off, all that good stuff. And again, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Happy holidays.
Bang, bang.
Once again, rocking with the Hebrew.
And I'm here to let you know, if you're not getting your sports and more from Maurice,
You're being left out.
so make sure you get your info from a real one. Sports with Maurice.